Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl here to give you another lesson. Oh, lesson? No, not today. This is a monthly reading for the fire element for January 2024. Oh, the lesson. Oh, maybe there's a lesson in this reading. Let's see. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. What are the important messages for the fire element for January 2024? Ooh. Let's see. Flipping card. Oh, we have the 14. Temperance, putting down the burden, healing. Yeah, see, we have that stalemate, that hangman, changing perspective on healing or trusting or not trusting. What we have before that, we have that spark, that desire to move forward, and then having to change perspective. It's a start and stop feeling. I think we got that with the earth element. So again, the element readings have been linking together, so if you are so inclined, if you want to listen to them all, I do recommend. It's quite long for some of you, but that's up to you. That push and pull is where I connected with the earth element. For fire now, it's having the same feeling, but wanting to put down the burden and heal. And there's that emotion, that emotion. Yeah, it's very emotional because that healing is to see through and see past and rise above and open up emotionally. That is what is to be healed, because destiny will bring those changes that we need. And that's coming. We have that moon. I think actually today is the full moon in the new moon in Capricorn. But I'm doing this reading, so there is a definite connection to the earth element with this fire reading, with that push and pull, wanting to start and wanting to stop. And again, we have more cards opening up here. We have the Emperor, we have that 3 of Cups, and the Ace, that knave of swords for the truth in reconciling. With this Emperor having that charge, taking control, wanting to move forward. Again, with the Devil and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so holding back, speaking the truth is being held back, but then more truth is coming for reciprocity. It's a question of being truthful. I mean, I don't want to go too deep into this because it's the devil, and the devil be standing between the truth. There's no choice, but truth is going to come. There's obsessions with the truth. There is lies in the truth. There is digging into the truth and holding back the truth, holding on to the truth. And then there's reciprocity, there's choice, there's a commitment, and there's bringing in the balance. And it could be to go the opposite, to hold on to the truth, to be so gripping with the truth, to take advantage here, that the truth, holding on and holding back of the truth, to be cheated in a romance, or to choose to find the reciprocity and make the choice. Bringing down the Tower on a commitment that will either bring in the balance. Bringing down the Tower will bring in the balance for this commitment, because the devil is between the holding on and expressing the truth. It's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, is what this looks like here to me. But then the Tower will come down on the choices that you make to bring in that commitment, to bring back the balance, because it is a 4 here, to be to be at peace here, to bring in the balance. I think the goal is to bring in the balance because it's all I could see now. That must be the lesson, bringing in the balance. What are the important messages for the fire element? Thank you, Spirit. The deck is feeling a bit heavy, so it could be that you're burdened, fire element. You're feeling that burden. Just need to do one more shuffle. The angle of the camera has been drastically changed, so we're going to see how this plays out for your view and my comfort in positioning the cards. The reading layout hasn't changed. Oh, we have the Ace, Queen of Swords, but I didn't cut. So the truth is everything. Again, that was what we saw before. Oh, now more cards. And the Wheel of Fortune coming out to show that it is in a matter of time where the truth will prevail. Just one more shuffle, just to make it balanced. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. And I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, and most of all for showing up. I do hope that you are interested in growing further and healing through the elemental reads, because I'm designing them more to pinpoint the element in itself more than just picking out information. So the first line is still the viewer. Let's see if I put it this way. Let me just, because I lost my angle, the way the cards are lined up. Trying to get the best view for you and ease for me so I can show the cards. Second line is people that you connect with. Third line is the outcome. Let's see. That looks a lot better. Okay. Let's see how. Let's see how this goes. And at the bottom of the deck, we have our tower. So let's see what goes through there. Oh, 3 of Cups with the tower. Justice. Ending of a cycle. Okay. Now, all this high arcana. This 9 of Cups. Wanting satisfaction. Holding back. The truth again. This fresh start. Wanting a fresh start. Oh, the cards are stuck together. So in between we have, oh, there's our Emperor with that offer. And then that 5 of Cups. Oh, the 5 of coins. And that 10 of Swords. So we got a lot of endings going on here. And that is a culmination, which is normal because we are in Capricorn season. And the new year, is the calendar year starts in January. So we're looking at, we're ending up, we're tying up loose ends here. We want our satisfaction, and we're doing what we think we need to close off a cycle and have that reciprocity, have that justice come in. This is karmic, so whatever it is that we're dealing with or have been dealing with that is closing up now is meant to do so that reconciliation or third party can be brought in. If it is that the justice is in the reconciliation, then the tower will come down on the third party, or the tower will come down, there will be no reconciliation. But in having reconciliation, change is going to come. Having a third party, change is going to come. One way or another, change is going to come, because it ends with the tower here. Starting off with our Queen of Pentacles. take a look. I just want to see if I put my deck here, if the view is closer, because you see it, that's the problem I was having with the other card, the other readings, where I can't reach up top, it's too high, I'm not comfortable, so I put my deck close to me here, and yeah, that seems to be the better view. Down this way. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, let's work with this here. I suppose you can see it better from here. Let's see that. Yeah, you can see it from here. Oh, sorry, it's taken forever. Okay, it's just because I like to have the deck on the table, but I don't want it to be hidden from you. Okay, so for the first line, we see here our Queen of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. So right here, we can jump right into work fire. You're focused on your work. You are determined to go through details, working on whatever it is you want to work on. If it is that you are taking on the Queen of Pentacles, it's because you're focused on everything that you need and you want, making sure that you pay attention to you, fire energy or fire element. And that independence, you see, that independence, having acquired everything that you need and having had the experience of building up your fortress, building up your legacy, building up your business if it is that you have one, just building up what is your legacy, your what is valuable to you. Okay, if we take it down to the personal level, of course it is very powerful here with work, very, very powerful with work. But then we end up with the 4 of Cups, and that is the sense of I don't want any more of this. This is the same old, same old. We'll take cards for that. But then we come down to the healing, and then another 9. So we're going from 4s to 9, and again to 9 of Swords, where there's anxiety. So we're ending up with anxiety. We're not satisfied with something, and then it builds up into anxiety, though we are going within. It talks of loneliness here, is what I feel. That working and focusing on work and doing everything and anything and just building up to come to the end and find that you are alone. Because we have this double 9 here. And I'm seeing that, yes, we have everything that we need, and yet we're going in, we're alone. We're looking for more answers. We're not satisfied with something here. We're not satisfied. Our work is not bringing us what it is we really want, or we're not finding what we are looking for at work. If it is that we're looking for relationship, we have this sense of relationship going out of balance or coming into the balance is what we would have to take cards on to see which way we're going, because it's ending up with nervousness. So I'm thinking that it is to go out of balance, this relationship, again with the reconciliation here. This is either we're going into reconciliation to bring down the tower and make a change and go forward with that reconciliation, or it is for a third party that we want to bring in and then make changes following. It's a little complicated here because it is an ending, and the strategy is to close off the cycle. Again, another 9, that 9 of Swords, where we want to open up a portal with this 2 here. Sorry, 9 of Cups, the satisfaction and holding back on satisfaction to open up a portal. You see, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. We're holding back on We're holding back on the satisfaction. We're not either giving or getting satisfaction, but because we're holding back, we're not allowing ourselves that. Is what is this, because that is the strategy to close off a cycle. You want to change something, and then the karma comes in. The justice is justified that we change. It's justified that we have this three of cups here. The justification is in either reconciling, because we're closing off the cycle to reconcile, and then destroy. You see, bringing down the tower. Or being that we will reconcile will bring down the tower. It's a question of which way you want to go. Free will again. This 9 here brings in to say, well, I have everything I need. And I want to go in on my own, but I'm alone. I'm on my own. I've been on my own. I'm alone too long. And then we have the courage coming in here. And then the Six of Wands shows up as victory in a relationship. See, it's having the victory over the relationship, wanting to bring things into fruition, or having things go. If they don't go the way we want, we are going to be alone. That is what this is saying here. If I don't have this relationship, or if I don't have control over this relationship, everything that I invested in may go down the tubes, and I will end up alone. Or I will go off on my own, because if I don't get what I want, if I don't get back what I put in, even if I am victorious, then I'm going to be alone. This is where I see that sense of being alone, where both parties, if it is that we divide the line and say this is one person, this is the next person, we're both looking at, well, we're going to end up alone, and I'm going to be bored alone, and this one is saying, well, if I don't get, I'm going to be alone. I'm just going to go alone. It's a question of logic within the passion, working towards that end. But then it comes out to be nervous. We're a lot of anxiety. We will definitely take cards. So it's not finished. Whatever it is going on here is carrying over, because work is involved. And it is a very slow, arduous process right here. Taking the time, nurturing the details, nurturing and working through the details very slowly too. Then we have our Queen of Pentacles being victorious and having the courage, or calling out this attention seeker, having that courage to stand up. You see, it really depends on your situation. Put it to your situation. If you can see where the person that you're dealing with is looking for attention, and they're holding back from coming towards you because it is a strategy that they want to plan out to get the attention, holding back from dealing with you so that they can gain more attention. But it's not working, because at the end it is going to be a nervous situation, and a tower will happen for either a third party or reconciliation. Then we have our Two of Pentacles here. So we have our Queen of Pentacles, who's very grounded, very detail oriented, working on details to begin with, knowing what she is worth, having been fed up with dealing with people who are not treating her for what she is worth. This is her reflection here. She's not satisfied. If this is you thinking of your queen, or if this is the queen, you yourself feeling that you are not satisfied. And we have this, I don't know if I want to continue with a relationship that's going to bring me out of balance. So I want to be in a relationship that is coming into balance, to bring things into balance, meaning that she's going to put an end to something, because it is an end here. It is an end. But before that end can happen, we have this conversation here. Okay, Spirit is guiding it though, because there's a high arcana coming between this 9 and this 1, which would make a 10 of swords to not have an ending. Again, we saw with the devil, right? See where the devil shows up here. Where is the devil? I went far to see that devil. Or was he there? Oh, he was in the shuffle. Oh boy, that devil was in the shuffle. So he's not showing up here. But we do have a transformation, and that is what will change. This strength here will bring a change. Again, with this tower will bring a change. But there must be a conversation in order to bring on, at least to offset the ideas of what it is that you really want. What is it that you're fed up with? Why is it that you want to go off and be alone? In other words, this is conversation. There's that nervousness here. So we're just going to take cards because it really is based on emotions. Passion is your forte as a fire element. If you're looking into where you have fire in your chart, will bring out more of where this falls into your circumstance. Okay, so we'll just take cards for this Queen of Pentacles. What is she representing here? Again, this Nine of Wands, where it is trusting is a problem because she has to trust in her intuition because she can't trust what's going on around her. So she's seeking out that intuition. And then of course we have a third party, which is possible here for a proposal. Again, we have the Queen of Wands, so it is about third parties with this King. Oh boy, and the Five of Cups. Ooh. Okay, and then moving off into smooth waters. Moving off into smooth waters is what we want. We don't want to take too many cards because the Devil and the Tower is enough to say things are going all over the place already. Like my cards just made a big mess right here. Okay, so this Queen of Pentacles is that wounded healer. So we're on the defense. So she's on the defense and using her intuition because of this King of Pentacles and this Queen of Wands and this Queen of Cups. Oh, sorry. King of Cups. Very emotional king. And this very passionate queen. And this King of Pentacles. So we have oh boy, everybody wants to be in charge of something, and again, the intuition is where we need to follow. But then the High Priestess also brings in that sense of third party, because this Queen of Pentacles does not trust that her king is going to be up and up with her. Her intuition is telling her that there is a commitment, a relationship going on with a third party, because it's in back of him. He's regretting this, that this is the case, if that is it. And she's thinking, or her intuition is telling her, that he is in a regret for having had a relationship with another person, another woman, as it were. The regret is there, and he wants to move on, or she, or both want to move on and make peace. This is where the Tower will come down. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start this way first. Okay, I did the same thing, I think, with the air element. I did the same thing. It's just the way the cards are falling. I'm going this way. We'll come across there after. We'll say, this is 10, because it seems that there is an ending here. And this is what she or the next person, you or the next person, he or the next person is looking for. Whether it is to go into the marriage or to break it off. Okay? What is this 10 of Cups? A new beginning with a king, fire king, a king who is open and caring and sharing and wanting to take care of everybody. A new beginning. You see, we have a new beginning, and then we have, a new beginning. We have the messenger, the knave, who is the spark of I want I have a plan. This is the plan. I want to move forward and have a new beginning. This is the king. This is your partnership, same-sex relationship or not. The next person is being very open and very caring and very generous, wanting to have a new beginning, a fresh start with the truth. Oh boy, talking about the truth again. Look, the devil comes here. You see? To change plans for a wedding. All right. I'm not taking too many cards on this one because I just not feeling the need to. In other words, it's when I take a lot of cards, it's because I feel I have to. It's here, it's not letting me. So for this 10, this 10, not trusting and wanting to move on is one thing. Okay, and then we have here feeling like the end is here. This is where the partnership is feeling and sense. This is where the nervousness is probably coming from. Partnership is feeling like, okay, it's over. What can I do now? Because I really want to be with my queen. I want to be with this. I want to have a relationship, if not with the same person, with someone else. I mean, put it to your situation. If you are vying towards someone, or if you are trying to get away from someone or have gotten away from someone, they are looking to come back to you. Okay, they're coming back with that open sense of generosity, the ambition. I want to be with you. That passion is bridled and is set up to explode because I want a new relationship. Very passionate. They are coming to you with a lot of passion. The conversation is about the truth, about seeking in and digging into the truth. It's like that focus is on the truth. However ugly it may seem, they want to tell it. You see, this is where the devil comes in. It is talking and digging in about information that is ugly. The obsession, the manipulation, the abuse, whatever it is. Whatever it is that was very heavy and weighty. This is why the relationship may have been closed off in the first place. Because it is too much. Too much of the truth, maybe. Too much information, too much digging, too much understanding of the truth, whatever the truth is. There's too much of it. So it works, it's a double-edged sword. Having all of the truth makes you decide, well, I don't want this, but then at the same time, you understand why certain things happen. And again, the why is in that air element reading. If it is that, because this came up, and I don't want to rehash that. There's too much of it there. But for the same reason, the weight of the truth is, it's not that it is a burden, but the weight of the truth is what stops the change and stops plans and stops certain things. But at the same time, it makes new plans and it makes change come. Again, double-edged sword. What works in one way or doesn't work in one way will make work another way. It will come to a healing in the end is what I'm trying to get to here. That restraining, that holding back that we saw in the shuffle is with the devil here, not wanting to go forward, but at the same time, the blockage in itself is moving forward, if you get my meaning. Everything happens for a reason, and when a stalemate comes up, it's because you're not supposed to move. Well, it's the same thing with the devil. If the devil shows up and says, well, you know what, too much talking here, too much talking. Could be lies, because it's obsession. It's obsession. It's a lie upon a lie for the truth and making plans for a wedding that is just going to go into third-party situations because that is what has been going on for the past year. Okay, that, and then some for others, depending on your situation. But that is what I have been seeing when I turn cards. Okay, that it's all about manipulating relationships to have third parties, and it's not for everybody, yeah. But this is the strongest sense of energy I'm picking up, and I have to go with that. But that too will change. It will heal. It will come to an end because the truth is out. And that's what I'm saying. The devil coming in and putting that obsession or bringing that obsession out into the light, because that's what's going on with this. Okay, talking about the obsessions, talking about all of the ugliness, and then that in itself creates a change because it is out. You see? And that brings in the balance. Even though the goal is to bring out or to put things out of balance, it brings in the balance because it is meant to happen that way. That's spirit for you, working on different levels here. That's tarot for you. We see the present, the future, and the past at the same time. For some, you're rehashing what you've been through and you're seeing how far you've come and you've healed because you've experienced just this, what I've been saying here. You're reminiscing about it, going, you know, I've been through that. I know exactly what she's talking about, and that is not going to happen to me again because I have experienced it. This is where the healing comes in. You become stronger. You'll be able to recognize when someone is trying to trick you or trap you in a relationship because of your sensitivity, because of your sensibility, because of your openness, because of your generosity. You get to understand by getting these types of relationships coming around you that no, that I don't want. That makes you wiser for it. Again, in the air element reading, it started off dark and ugly, and I was like, no, there is a silver lining, and it is there. Again, when I started with this reading, it just came out. What is for a lesson? Well, this is the lesson. The lesson is in overcoming what you thought you put into a relationship, being generous, kind, and empathetic, and all the good stuff that people take as a weakness. That investment that you put in or they put in is now going to help them heal. It is to recognize that these qualities is what they were given in this life so that they could walk through those experiences and then come to the point where they can heal and help others to heal. See, that is the silver lining here. It's beautiful readings, but very painful, and this is the path that I have been put on to do when I pull tarot. I'm learning too. I have fire in my chart, so I am recognizing where sensitivity and generosity can be taken advantage of. I see it. I'm experiencing to certain degrees in this existence too. It's the reason I pulled tarot. Okay, it's why I'm pulled to it. It is why I'm pulled to it, so that I can walk through these experiences and understand at the end, and then be stronger for it. See, it's I'm here too. I'm not saying it's happening to me. I'm just saying that I am recognizing it through the cards. But the fact is that you as the viewer, if you are experiencing, or you are the one that's causing this experience, you are learning too. You are being able to walk in the shoes of the next person. And this is where the inertia is coming from. So we're going to look at these two cards here. Let's take this Two of Pentacles. What is this representing? Again, the healing. We had that at the beginning. Our temperance, putting down the burden, taking back what was taken from you, standing up and recognizing that other people who are taking advantage of you, they're not able to do it anymore. Bringing things back into balance. It's healing. That's the first card that came out. Healing. And then putting an end to a cycle. Okay, we're going to leave it there because It is the end. Again, change. That tower is definitely going to bring in change one way or another. Things are going to change. When you feel that you're stuck, you're between a rock and a hard place. You're choosing between the one that you want to be with and the one that you have right now. And you're not able to make the choice. So you're trying to fit the two to keep that situation going. And you're realizing it's not happening, or they are realizing it's not happening if it's not you doing this, okay? It's not working in their favor, so now they have to change, or you are realizing you don't want this. It's too much of a burden. You need to put it down. Instead of trying to force things, you're going to be patient. And this is where in the beginning of the shuffle they're saying holding back. So holding back to make a new plan, holding back. Okay, but we're not seeing that here. I don't want to complicate things. The point is, in the shuffle, we were seeing that holding back and holding back. But now, it's not, you're not, or they are. Somebody is not able to hold back anymore because of this this Knight of Swords. See? And again, it is coming to an end. And again, we have the 15 here with the devil. Because the devil is part of and will always be a part of our existence. We have that idea of, well, I'm fighting against the devil. No, we have to work with the devil. Put it to that. If anything that you take from this lesson is, well, how am I going to work with the devil? Is this something you have to work out within yourself, dealing with the ego? Because that is the burden and has always been the burden. And because of that burden, more burdens have been created, coming in with the anxiety here. Because holding back is holding on to that ego, wanting that attention, working out the details very slowly to get the attention so that you can have that conversation that you're looking for. If it is you're looking to argue and fight. You're working hard at getting to it. But to what end? It's only going to bring nervousness and anxiety toward the end. So it's a question of what is the goal here. This is going to close off. This imbalance is going to close off. Things are going to fall back into balance again. Sense is going to be made. Sense and sensibility is going to rule, because we see that up here with all these pentacles. And we're going to heal. We're going to heal something. Let us see. What is this Four of Cups representing? Walking away. Yeah. Double eights. Look at that. For reciprocity. Again, the moon is coming up. So we're going to take the moon here because it is confusing. And then we have this disappointment. You see? Confused or hidden disappointment, but truth is coming out with deliberation and pushing back and standing up, fighting for integrity, manipulating or manifesting, which is more like manipulating because we've fallen into stalemate. But you see, it's all of, I don't want this, more of the same. For having a disappointment. The question is we're going to heal that. And yes, by the moon. And again, we're doing this reading on the 11th. And I think this is when the full moon comes in. If it's not tonight, it's going to be tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world, if you're looking at this from different corners of the world. But it is with understanding. It is with confusion. Put it in your situation. This Four of Cups here is very emotional. It's a depressed state. I'm tired of this. Why am I getting this again? More of the same. Wanting to leave. Wanting to or come back, because it is a question of feeling that sense of I'm alone and I don't want to be alone. I want to be in a relationship. I want more. It's not just walking away like I've been saying. This Eight of Cups is to move on and find that ninth cup. I want more. And here is the passion and the mastery, that traveling, moving forward, leaps and bounds even. Looking to either run away, which I'm sorry, I don't want to make a joke out of it, but it's like being so fed up that you need to get the hell out of Dodge real quick, that kind of sense of, I don't want to be around this, I'm done, I'm gone as fast as I can get out of here. But it is not so. It is more of having conversation, coming back, wanting to heal, like I say. When I see cards like this, I say this is probably in reverse, because working on the details, being grounded, being steady, knowing what you're worth, having everything that you need, and then all of a sudden you're not satisfied. It is because you want to heal something. You're pinpointing all the details. The only problem now is my 10th coin. I'm missing it. I want it. I'm going to go out and find it. I'm going to go find a new relationship. I want it to be passionate. This is somebody manifesting what it is they really want and working out the details here. Speaking to the moon even. The new moon is here. And this is what we say. Make your wish. Bring in that what it is that you want. Manifest. Put it out there for the ether. Put it out there for spirit to bring it to you. So if you're saying out loud or in your heart that you want a real passionate relationship, you want somebody who will treat you honestly and be fair with you, and you're asking the spirits to bring that in by the moon, having that faith in spirit to bring this and heal that sense of, I don't want anymore. I'm tired of this. You want to heal that. You keep getting the same thing. You want to change. And that I would appreciate that if that is where you are, viewer, fire element, that you will get what you want in the end, even though it still ends up with the nervousness, because this is not a completion. This outcome is a carrying over. It's not finished here. In January, you may look for signs of change by the full moon. I can't remember now, and I won't try. I'm not triggered to see, but it may carry over. We're not looking at this. Reciprocity is to come by the moon, or it is hidden, or it is confusion. Again, take it as it resonates, because there is going to be a healing here. This 9. Okay, let's look down. Let's look down. Let's move down to what this Knight of Swords is all about, because this is conversation, this is conversation, working on the details to have a victory and let it all out. What is this 9? I keep saying 9. Sorry. What is this Knight of Swords representing? There, manifesting or manipulation, going into stalemate. So whatever it is we're working on, manifesting here, we're talking about the manipulation and holding back or changing perspective, being held back, because this is High Arcana here. This is High Arcana. This is guided. Like you cannot hold it back anymore, because it's been held back for so long. Then we have the Knave of Pentacles. So the focus, again, another pentacle. This is the 9 of Pentacles, working it out here, where we want to have that legacy. We're looking for, we're focused. We're talking about what we really want. Again, that commitment for love and understanding that I want to be with you. This is what this conversation is going to bring, that they want. You see, this is where it's coming from, this manifestation right here. This sense of healing, knowing what you want, going through the details of what you want, having that victory, determined to have that victory for reciprocity, and then to, not reciprocity, but for love, a commitment for love, marriage proposals, forgiveness, having that 10th pentacle come in, where you want to be in a real relationship, where you want to share what you have. Following that intuition. All right, I'm gonna take too many cards for that. We're almost done here. We're gonna just take a, we're gonna go to the last 9, and we're gonna take an oracle for this because it's pretty straightforward that somebody, I say somebody, but it is the ending here, that someone or both, if not more than one, I mean, it is individual to you, to the queen, to the king, whomever. Somebody is really focused here on why things went the way they did. They want to talk about it. They really want to have that conversation about why things have changed or had changed in the way that they did, and what it is that they really want, why they didn't get it or why they're not getting it. You see, this is conversations. And then there's that commitment, focusing on the commitment, wanting it for the love, wanting to be in a higher relationship, understanding the reason why the proposal is being brought forward so that forgiveness could happen, wanting to reach out and say, you know what, I understand what it is that I know now. I've learned my lesson again, with that lesson coming out of me in the beginning there. I've learned my lesson. And now I want to approach and have forgiveness, and I want us to be in a relationship. This is the conversation that we're coming up to. But you see, we're nervous. We're nervous. Fire element is nervous. There is that anxiety. And again, I had a really big nervous feeling when I did the December reading for the fire. Not just fire, it was it was for fire. It was for the fire element. I remember that. It was huge, nervous anxiety. Let's take a look and see why. What is this 9 of Swords all about? Because you're being guided to the truth. We have to heal. Oh boy, and talk about disappointments and more truth again. That ego. Disappointed by the ego. And that deliberation. Having to stand in the integrity or pushing away and moving away. Having to deal with all of that because of intuition. It seems I need to take it. A lot of cards here. Coming in to focus again on work done in the past. The reward for that, what it is we hold dear. Going around in the mind and being confused. Looking for that unconditional love, because destiny will bring in that change. We're not taking all these cards. But you see where it's coming from. Having to face the truth. Having to face what it is that brought the disappointment in the first place. That following guidance here with being making that judgment call, making that choice. Again, we have 5 of Swords when this 4 and this King of Swords come in here. That is where the nervousness is because we're not sure that the choices that we made, and not that we're not sure. It is that sense of mind game going on and deciding and not able to decide and not following the intuition. You see? Not following the intuition is what put you into the situation of, well, now I got to fix, and now I know why it's disappointed. I disappointed my partner. Either you or they are thinking this. It's a lot of thought process going on here, and I need to come and heal this disappointment by telling the truth about all of what I was doing and dealing, making deals with other people. Again, those 5 and the 7, very difficult, and then having to push back or stand up in the integrity. Because the intuition has me cornered, or the intuition is now pushing me to go and stand in my integrity. Feeling that guilt, having to tell the truth, but having to do it in a way that it's out already. The truth is out. You just have to stand in it now. And that is where the deliberation, whether it is with others or with yourself. But it looks like it's with others because we have the 7 of Wands here. So it is fighting and then defending. It's a fighting and a defense at the same time, because because you're working through whatever lies. It's like fighting. It's like arguing about what is true, what is not true, and standing in the integrity. It's really, it's a mess. It's a real mess. And this is why it's like confusion. It's just like confusion. Okay? But it is to unravel the confusion, in other words. Divinely guided to do so with a judgment call. Healing. Either not speaking or speaking with, because it is coming out to the end. Either you're not speaking or you're speaking, but it is a healing here. It's where you go in and you go into yourself and you recognize, or you speak out with the next person about the disappointments. And the truth is it's not like an argument like the 10, sorry, I keep saying 10, like the Knight of Swords. It's not going to be like that. It's just going to be more of a conversation where you're going through your opinion, another's opinion. Everybody has an opinion. It's a conversation, but it is to stand in integrity. And with this 2 here, it is about following that intuition. Again, it starts off with the 6, the Lovers, and it ends up here with the 2, the High Priestess. So beginning, it's a beginning. It's finding the way to, okay, you know what, let's work through it this way and come to some kind of reconciliation here. When I say reconciliation, I mean it's the way you speak. Instead of fighting and arguing, it's going to be more of a discussion where the opinions are all expressed and there is respect. There is respect. Okay? And there, this comes naturally. It is that sense of, I owe it to myself and I owe it to the next person to stand in my integrity, because I am guided by Spirit to do so. But the nervousness is about having all that truth come out. Okay, so the Tower is coming down, and it is all about the truth and about the lies and about the manipulation. So we're going to take an oracle now to help us deal with this, what would be the aftermath, because the fear of the Tower coming down is one thing, but when it does actually crash, it's a lot of scrambling and gripping and holding on to whatever we can. It's not very pretty, when a you know, I mean, we've seen images on the news about wars and what the devastation is like. Well, it's the same thing personally. It's just on an internal level that the emotions are what run to the highest level, and this is where the devastation and the lowest sense of feeling come in. This is why we have to follow that intuition and just know that if it is a reconciliation that we want, it is going to come, and it is going to close off a cycle of this strategy, betrayal, whatever. If you feel in your circumstance it is a strategy to get to reconciliation, or if it is betrayals of a relationship to have third parties, all of that is what is going to be brought to the surface. It's going to come to the understanding. It's going to be brought out. And this is where, oh boy, that's where the devastation is going to be. Somebody is just not going to feel happy at the end of the day about where they stand in a relationship. And if it is that you're only finding out about the third party situation, well, there it is. You're going to have that devastation. So we ask Spirit now to help us to deal with all of these drastic changes coming, and in the way that they're coming, in the words that are going to be said, and how we are going to reflect with the next person and others involved. And give us that advice, please, Spirit, to follow for the fire element in their predicaments with changes that are coming. What is the advice that we can bring forward for the fire element? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, dropped a card here. We'll take that. Oh, co-create, working together. Okay, so that is the card from Spirit. Let's just see what. Truth be told. So the truth has to come out, and it will. And then higher power. So we're following that intuition again. It is being set up in a way that we are protected. We are guided to where whatever is coming. We are guided to be in that predicament, or we are guided to leave. We are guided to stay. We are guided to mull through and talk and come to some kind of an agreement. At the end of the day, things are going to play out naturally. Have faith in that it will work in the favor that it is supposed to go, whether it is your favor or the next person's. But that is an acceptance that needs to happen. We need to accept, again, that faith, that whatever it is coming down, it has to happen. And we have to work with that. So co-create. We're going to start with that one, because it was just sitting there. 40. Let's see. 40. That's a message from Spirit. 40 is co-create. So creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. So whatever it is that we've been working on is coming to its fruition. The 9. And the 9 here down below is a 9 of swords. And we have here that ending of a cycle that has to do with healing, bringing in the balance. It's the only way. Things have to come back into balance. So we'll take the oracle message. No, we'll take protection. We'll take protection on that because it just was there. You're trying too hard to create all that you desire without the nurturing, vital force of Spirit. See, you have to let Spirit help you. Suffering writer's block, facing a monumental task, but unable to decide on your first step, so you can just avoid doing anything. Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? Again, that is the 9 of swords. To be overwhelmed. Why do you think it all has to come down to you? Inspiration means the drawing in of divine guidance. You must tap into Spirit, not simply yourself. Ask Spirit for inspiration. 2 minds are greater than one, so co-create with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership with Spirit. Inspiration will flow through you as soon as you get out of your own way. So if you're trying too hard, or if they are trying too hard to reconcile, and everything will just fall apart, it's supposed to, so that the slate will be clean, again, clear in the air. Everything has to come out. And this nervousness, at the same time, Spirit is there with that intuition, nudging you along, nudging us all along, giving us the answers, giving us that ability to accept. Your mind is not going to explode because the tower is coming down. The tower is coming down so that we can clear the way and start anew and heal and move on and accept things in our lives, the changes that are coming, and reach that higher level of understanding of ourselves so that we can make the way towards the next person that we are hoping to be with. Because we, in this 9 of Pentacles state, we want to be with somebody. We have everything, but we're still missing one. We're missing one thing, and that is the completion of a cycle of having acquired everything. Now I just want to relax, going into retirement for others, okay, and wanting to be in a relationship for the next person because they have everything else. They just want to share it with someone now. And that depends on you. Let's see what truth be told is. And if we're at the 14, we were at the 13 before. So let's see what that was. The 13. Just let Spirit help you. Let Spirit guide. The fork in the road, making that choice. Time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to the obligation to make a necessary choice. Well, guess what? That is our King of Swords right there. That necessity, that obligation to heal the disappointments, telling the truth. And when you do that, it's like saying, well, I'm going to open up a can of worms that I didn't really want to. Well, you have to, because that's what the truth does. It clears up everything. It sheds light. You have to do it. And this is where you're probably backing out and saying, I don't want to. I'm nervous. She may not want to listen to me. I don't know. Yeah, well, you know, you have to try. And Spirit will guide you. If you're being pushed to do so, then do it. Okay, you already made up your mind. You already set the ball rolling. You can't stop it now. You need to keep walking forward. Keep going. You know, you're going the right way. Even if you're not sure, even if you're feeling like it's not going to work, just take that step forward and allow your intuition. Let Spirit guide you to come. You'll come through. Because that's what the moon is. And that anxiety here, that's what this is. It's one and the same when you think about it. Because you're not sure, you can't see a way. You're going to hit a rock or you're going to fall off the edge of the world in some cases. That's how some people think. You know, when they can't see what's ahead, they don't want to go because they think they're going to fall over the edge and die. Well, no. It's just a question of walking into something unknown. And having this anxiety is that adrenaline rush to go for it. You have to look at it like that. It's the only way change will come. Nonetheless, it's going to come. It is going to come. So truth be told, honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication, again with our intuition here, clarity, transparency, following the intuition. We're going to look at the oracle message on that one. No, we'll do that for the higher power. We're going to look at the relationship because it is about relationships. People tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based on your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. Everything I just said about this card. Fire element. This is a lesson all by itself. There's a few lessons tied up in one here. Let's look at the higher power. Number 4. So feeling good about this. Again, I have fire in my chart too, you know. So I have to pay attention to my own messages. 4. The higher power. Essential meanings. Conscious contact with a higher power. Presence of the divine. Seeing source energy in all things. Committing to a partnership with Spirit. Again, this is really opening up yourself to accepting this lifetime. I'm raising the bar here. Okay? It is irrelevant third parties and arguing and fighting and family squabbles and company espionage and taking over, you know, ruling lives, destroying lives. It's all irrelevant. It is all irrelevant. Those things happen because we need to evolve. And the only way that we can evolve is to go through those horrible things, as I just mentioned. We have to experience them in order to say, I've done it, I learned, I don't want to do that, I want to go this way. It is so that we can come back to source. And the source is that whole beginning of existence. Now, that is deep enough, because more questions come up. Well, what do you mean, and why, and how? And just look at where you are and see, for even if it is for 5 seconds, that everything that you've been through was to bring you to the spot you're in right now. And you have a choice. Again, that free will is always there. You get to choose from everything that you've experienced. Do I want to go this way? Do I want to go that way? Do I want to go another way? You're at the 4 corners now. You're at the crossroads. When you come down to seeing that the tower is coming down, the truth has to come out, you're in your anxiety, you're at a crossroads right there. What is going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen is your answer. Spirit will guide me into what is going to happen. And when I get to what is going to happen, I have to make another choice. This is why I say everything that has happened has brought you to the spot you're in right now. So you can make a different choice. Higher power. Partnership with Spirit. This is when Spirit says, you know what? One way or another, you're coming back to me. And that is the source. Coming back to me. Spirit, the source. And that's what Spirit wants us to find our way back. And how we get to Spirit is the journey, is the joy in the ride, as I like to call that, where you enjoy the ride. Go through all of the experiences you can experience. That's what the 9 of Pentacles gives us, that you've gone through. Now you just have the one more experience to have, and have everything, and be in that oblivion, that sense of I'm happy and I have everything. I don't need to worry about anything. Because that's what Spirit wants us to get to. And if we can manage to do that in this lifetime, that is an amazing feat. But that's a whole other conversation by itself. So let's look at the protection. Protection on higher power. Now is the time to examine what you are giving energy and attention to in the back of your mind. If you're obsessing about being right, about old resentments or failed expectations, about money or about any other people, places, or things, these will be the source from which you create. But you want Spirit to be your source. Take heart, for your higher power will never desert you and is always waiting for you to remember the sacred partnership you share. Turn away from the other sources of power and don't serve your highest good. There's no greater source than Spirit. You can always surrender your troubles and trust that they will be taken care of. You are in good hands. And on that note, I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, Fire Element, love and light.